somebody said, why are you using all your veins to talk? Another person said, why are you shouting? You see, right now, I'm not shouting. And you see how you feel? Now, a lot of those people that follow me, they like it when I shout. Unlike him, I love him, I want to. And you see, I want to. I make some money. And there's something about money that makes me so happy. Thank you.
Okay, the program is still for the record, and I have my next guest here. He's a social commentator, I believe soon to be an actor, soon to be quite a lot of things. OYEMYKKE, my fine here.
Guys, we're very sorry.
First, congrats. I've not seen you since you had your baby.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Congrats.
Thank you very much, sir.
So what's it like being a father?
Different.
How different? What has changed?
I'll just make it short.
Okay.
So basically, the long and short of everything is, before I had a baby, I was completely free. It was free. It was freedom. But now that I have a baby, I'm still free. It's just that my hands, my brain, my thoughts, my legs, everything that I do is somewhat connected to my daughter and also connected to what I need to do. So whatever I need to do, my daughter is, the thought of knowing that I'm responsible for her just strikes me that you have to go home early or small so that you can see your daughter. You know, there are just some things that have changed, you know, made me a bit more responsible. And there's true love. I experienced true love for the first time too. So you can talk to me about love now.
The topic today, we just before you came on, and we had Charles Emeka, and we were just addressing the issue of gun and knife crime. It's a major problem in the community. You're a social commentator. You're a youth as well. Do you want me to see your age?
No, they don't.
Okay. No. Say, but you're a youth as well. So you live in this country. You have thousands of fans who fall into that age bracket. So from your eye lenses, from your eyes, what do you think is the problem primarily?
Okay, so I've always wanted to touch on this topic as well, but because Instagram gives me 1 minute, it's not enough time to break it down. But let's start with the family tree. Everybody keeps talking about gun and knife crime without looking at the root of it. For me, the root of gun and knife crime starts from the family tree. You see, I've made it my lifetime duty to make sure that I'm always there for Victoria, even though it's not the easiest thing to do. That's my daughter. Okay. I call her Ashabi, by the way. Even though it's not the easiest thing for me to do right now as a young man, you know. But then, because I know the repercussions of not being there, I have to be there. Now, the black family is different.
In the UK?
In the UK, yeah. It's different from how we practice it back home. Now, whether you like it or not, you can never throw culture into the bin. There is a culture, there's a way we are. There's a pyramid of power. Even in heaven, there's pyramid of power. So back home, we have pyramid of power where the husband leads and the wife comes and the children and there's a family, right? Somebody goes first. But then coming here, exposure attacks, you know, because it's a different culture from what we have back home. Now, for a lot of women, it's different. You know, if all you know is to serve your husband every day, kneel before your husband every day, even if he beats you, nobody knows.
But the current generation back home don't kneel for their husbands.
You're sure? Except the ones in our circle. We are the elite of Nigeria. The real people beneath where we come from, the ones that are on the street, they do it. It never changed. It's just that we grew beyond, above where we are from. So the real street, they still do that. A lot of these things haven't really changed. Now imagine a woman that is from the streets of, let's say, Akpata in Ibadan, that they are renting a house. She gets an opportunity to come to the UK. Now, a little bit of education is there. She gets to the UK, she realizes that, what? As a woman, I could do this, I could do that, I could do that. Okay, then this is where the clash starts. The husband that they both flew together, that, of course, is power drunk. He's used to people doing things for him. Now he gets to London and the same woman is now exposed. Her friends have told her that, why do you have to do that? You don't have to do that. And she realizes that it's like they've removed the clothes from her face. Then she's changing, but he can't accept that. Because, you know what, you're supposed to do this for me. Then they say, oh, is it because we brought her from Nigeria? But they don't get the fact that exposure has a lot to do with it. Now, the culture shift is there. The black woman is trying to be a little bit different from what we have made or we have set her to be. Meanwhile, we set her to be like that in front of her husband. Now, don't forget the fact that this is still progress for the black woman. In the end, what she's doing is logically right. It's just culturally wrong. Do you get what I mean? Now, the black man, when they both get here, they have a problem of, oh, is it because we are both in the UK, I cannot be with you? Oh, well, then they divorce. Now, they have children. But because the black woman knows that what she's doing is right now, I'm not your slave now. I cannot be doing this thing for you now. I cannot be doing, you to do this. She doesn't want to agree. Then the black man feels like, there are other women out there, if you know you don't want to, I'll go back home. Then they separate. Now, this is ego. Then the black woman now proceeds to raising the children and starts, because it's a cold country, whether you like it or not, sex come into play. Then she starts to bring different men home. I'm telling you literally how it grows on the street.
But do you think that is the core? Because I'm sure a lot of women are now yanking their heads up back home now.
If there is no pyramid of power, chances are it's going to collapse.
But the other cultures in this country, like this current split of issues is led primarily within the black community. You have the Asians. In our previous conversation, we alluded to having the Asians. There are so many other communities, but this specific problem
is big in the
you reckon it's because of the breakdown of that power chain?
So, okay, let's use the Asians. So when I came to this country, these were things God showed me first. Because I worked on the street jobless. So I was looking at things. The Asians still have like a community. Trust me, I know Asians, most Asians that I know cannot marry outside their race. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not here to say what is right or what is wrong. I'm just saying that they are strict to a certain level. You know what I mean? That the people still very much uphold the culture. Here, black people, we like to copycat. That's who we are. So I feel like it's still much more into your hands, in your generations, our parents, to decide, not in the harsh way, to curb these things. It's either we want to shift and make our culture better, or we want to stay there. There's a miscommunication between the black man and the black woman. And as long as that communication continues to grow, there will be no family pyramid. And when there's no family pyramid, the kids will go to the street. I was raised by a single mom. And God, I can say literally that God raised me, because most people that we grew up together ended up on the street.
In the UK?
No, in Nigeria. But most people that are here, you just end up on the street if there's no father figure. It's just easy.
Which I agree with.
It's just easy.
I think there's an element of truth to that, but many single parents have also raised children great.
Yes, like me.
Yeah, you know, many. So we can't just. I don't want us to pack that bus of this crisis just on single parents, because some of this problem, these kids right now come from families that have two parents. It's just a fact.
DJABASS, what I'm saying is not the easy, but you know what? Let's do it like this. I didn't want to go there.
Go there.
In the UK, in this London, which women do you think are the most single mothers in the UK? Do you think there are more black single mothers than Asians, or Chinese single mothers than black? Which one do you think is the most?
The truth is, I don't have the statistics.
Neither do I. But maybe now you should be more aware. Watch on the street. Most people there, the most single moms are black women, or mixed race black. I'm not saying that other cultures don't have it. It's just that
there's more in our
black men are very nonchalant. Let's be realistic. We are very nonchalant. If you get it,
do the men have do they have a blame in this?
Yes, a very strong blame. A very strong blame, because we don't want to accept with the fact that the world is moving forward. And because we are power drunk. We are very power drunk. The black man doesn't want to leave the power knowing that my woman has to do this and do that. But you have to both come to a conclusion. There's a lot of power tussle in a black relationship. Trust me, sir. And if we don't curb it, this problem you're talking about, you'll call me back here in 2 years' time, it will be worse.
Okay, I hope not. And we're going on a break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation and also get the opportunity to talk about the Black China issue. I'm sure you'd like to say something about that. Stay tuned.